So we'll head outside that door.
Welcome to everybody. This is a very exciting, not just day for us, but time for the whole Graceland community. This particular building that we're in has an extremely special place in the hearts and lives of the Graceland community. It's old, but it's got some very precious parts to it. And I know that as the team in the school were going through and thinking about how are we going to renovate this and modernize it and bring it up to speed, if you will, to today's world, that there were certain things that were sacred and they just weren't going to change. Mailboxes. I visit my mailbox occasionally. I don't know who else visits it. I always leave everything that's there, so I never touch anything. This floor, I know this floor very well. 50 years ago, one of my work assignments as a student was to run the roller skates.
Yes.
So I spent more time on this floor on my backside than I did standing on this floor. And when I heard that the school and the students were absolutely adamant that they wanted this floor preserved, that was just, for me, just a heartwarming, exciting thing. So we're very excited about this building project. And we have some people that we want to thank. We're glad that Jack and Sherry brought the Newcoms up today, so welcome. But we want to give a very special thanks today to Jay and Cherry, and Chandra and Derek, although they're not here. Your lead gift has made this project not only possible, but the Graceland community is proud to name this the Newcom Student Center. Very proud to do that. We're going to dig some dirt, but before we go do that, we're going to have Dave do a couple things. Our new student president is going to say a few words. Pat, of course, is going to say a few words. And then Jay and Cherry are going to have a chance to say a few words. So we're not going to make this a long event. The big one will be when we actually do the opening. And that's going to come sooner than we think. So we're looking forward to that as well.
This is a great day for us. And as the Dean of Students, I just want to say that one of the thrills of my life is that I get a chance quite literally every week now to hear the stories of students who tell me not only that they're excited about what is happening, but why they're excited that it's happening. Students being so excited that we're happy to announce that the Student Senate has appropriated $25,000 to the project because they too have become inspired by the generosity that has been expressed and the work of the So with no further ado, Lisa, let's take a look at what's coming. So here we see the approach to the new Newcom Student Union. You will see there to the outside a beautiful courtyard that's going to have a fantastic fire treatment in the middle of it. It's going to have this great fire pit. Brad Carr used to say, make sure there's fire there and the students will love it. So that's going to be a wonderful place. You're coming in here, you'll see an expanded swarm immediately to your right. And the Swarm is not just a place where students eat. The Swarm is the place where students study, where they meet together in small groups, where they work on projects together, where they talk with faculty, where they build relationships with each other. Really, really important space that goes far beyond grabbing a snack. We move down the hall here, and we're moving past what currently is the bookstore. And then what we do is we take a turn here and look to the left. We're going to see some brand new space that we're pretty excited about. And that is, we're going to pop in the door in just a minute, having passed by what is going to be a kind of a digital commons, if you will. Now you see the hallway that we're going down right now. This is something we're really excited about, because you can see the kind of the lounging area. You go straight from the Swarm right down through this hallway, right out through and head to the commons. We think that is going to do some really cool things, not only for managing the traffic, but also in terms of some relationship things. You'll see the remodeled MSC main room, which is going to be fantastic. And the fact that we're going to take a little walk here up the mezzanine is significant, because to the left we not only have a remodeled mezzanine, we are going to be creating space for student leaders to do all sorts of collaborative work together. So the clubs and government officers will be engaged in all sorts of leadership projects. We'll move into a dedicated game room, so that no longer does this space here have to share space with pool tables, etc., etc. We come along the outside, and as you can see, there's some improvements in terms of handicap access. We swing back around and have this aerial view. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic project. We're very excited about it. We're excited that we get to keep one of those grand old trees that are outside. You can see the stairs leading up to it. One of the big surprises to us is the fact that there's actually a big enough grade going from that center walkway that would require steps up.
Right, as you look around, there's parts of this building we're saying goodbye to and paying tribute to the history of this building. And so I want to give you a little history of the building. We have students here that might not necessarily know it. So in 1945, Graceland's charter student and its first graduate, Frederick M. Smith, was on campus to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Graceland. In that moment, he expressed the hope that Graceland would have an entire building for a library, a building devoted for science, 2 residence halls, called dorms then, a memorial building for those who fought and died in the wars. And so that year at the church general conference, funds were allocated. And in October 1948, just 70 years ago, Graceland broke ground on the Memorial Student Center. I got some serious competition here for attention, I can tell. Right. So over the next 7 decades, this building became the beating heart of student life experience here. It's been expanded, it's been renovated more than once, and it's virtually used by every student on this campus. So when you walk through the hallways, and we get to do that each and every day, you can get a sense of what Graceland is all about. You see students socializing, working together, studying, stressing, playing pranks on one another, and Graceland's home. This is their living room. It's their place. They want to be and together with one another. In 1962, the MSC underwent a renovation that added a faculty lounge, right, a place for faculty to gather over here, a conference room, office for student activities like the Tower and Acacia, and the Americas Room. When the addition was opened in January of 1962, keys to the new student offices were handed to the president of the activity board and the student body president, the Acacia editor, and the editor of the Tower, J. Newcom. Got keys to the building then, so how exciting. Jay and Sherry and their children, Chandra and Derek have been stewards of Graceland for over 50 years. And we're excited that that tradition is going to continue this fall with a grandson that will be joining us as an incoming freshman. It only seems fitting that the building and their generosity and their impact on the students over 50 years, that this building will be named for them. So when the building, continuing on with your history, was dedicated in January of 1950, this building served as a memorial to the many Graceland and Community Christ youth who gave their lives in service to our country in World War II. That heritage and the memory of those brave people will be forever part of this building. The plaque of the building's west side will remain inside the building to remember the legacy of the building within it, and very much part of the design. Additionally, a donor wall that will be added through the transformation renovation will include a dedication to those fallen soldiers and serve as a constant memorial to their sacrifice as we move forward but pay homage to those who went before us. So as we remember, we also look to the future. And as you see in the video, the future is pretty exciting. Over the next several months, this building will be transformed and reborn for lasting and substantial impact on this community, the Graceland community. Student life will be enriched on our campus and will be forever changed thanks to the sacrifice and generosity of many donors, including the Newcoms, right? That believe in this community, that believe in investing in students, that go out and make our world a better place.
There's been so much buzz around campus this semester and this year about the upcoming changes. In one conversation I was in with some fellow students, we were discussing that in a lot of ways we're right on the cusp of an era switch, the end of an era in some ways, and we were reflecting on that with fondness, of course, but also such excitement for the new steps and the new era to come. It's a fresh start and it's exciting. The Newcom Student Union is going to help pioneer that. This place is so central to so many people here on this campus. We all filter through it all the time. It's a central point in our day-to-day lives, but also in the just map of our Graceland experience. A lot of things happen here. Little things, big, small. This reimagined building has so much in store for students. Many moments to be shared and remembered. Lots of meetings will be held, meals shared, games played, great conversations, and a lot of those conversations lead to lasting relationships. And at the end of the day, that's what Graceland's all about. If you've seen the Little Things in Lamoni campaign happening on social media right now, you may have noticed that a lot of student testimonies talk about connections and little moments. For those moments to happen, students have to have a place to come together, both intentionally and by chance to make those connections. That is a need that this campus has and that the Newcom Student Union is going to fill. A place where students can come together to connect. On behalf of the students here at Graceland University, I would like to thank everyone who has worked in big and small ways to make this project a reality, because doing those big things gives us a chance and a space to make the little things possible. So thank you all very much.
You know, the people that we need to thank are all listed on the back here, so go through all of that. The things that Sherry and I do to get it started is nice, but we wouldn't be here, right, without all of these people. So whenever you run into them, if you're already here, I love you, thank you very much. And if there are others that aren't here, let's say thanks to them when we see them. They all made it possible. A little history. My history here on this location started in 1944. How much time do we have? 2 hours. Okay. I mean, it really did. But if there was nothing here, of course, it was reunions under big tents out on the, what is now South Campus, I think. You know, as an old guy, I don't like change. It's because I'm not familiar with what's coming. My grandkids tell me that they're not familiar with what I'm familiar with, so they don't care about what I'm familiar with. What they care about is what they're familiar with, and it's hard to argue. Graceland's very important. It's obviously been important to Sherry and me for a long time. Sherry and I met out here by what was Patroness Hall. My life has never been the same. I love Graceland for that. But I am very worried about the future. I'm very worried about the kinds of pervasive disruption and societal conflict that is coming for us. I'm not saying that it's not a good thing and that it won't result in something good, but I think that artificial intelligence and the technology displacement is going to affect a lot of people in ways that nobody in this room can really foresee. Maybe it's the price we have to pay for a good future for our kids. And fortunately, you're ready for it. But I see Graceland as being a central location, perhaps one of many, a central location for the development of attitudes in the young people who come through here, who find their way here, somehow find their way here, to have an impact upon where our society goes as it develops on this second industrial revolution, the technology revolution, which was so disruptive in the past. So Graceland is a wonderful place, and I don't have to tell you this because if you didn't agree with me, you wouldn't be sitting here. The question is, what do we do with it? What does Graceland do? And in my mind, I see Graceland students sitting around here arguing about what the society should be and how to make it something that's worthwhile. And out of those conversations taking place in a building like this or in the dormitories or wherever they take place, I see a possibility for a future that is in fact better than the one that we're leaving to you. So how does this building fit in with that? Well, it's a nice place to get together, which is good. It's a good place for the people that are coming who might want to be students, and they want to see where the student union is. Where's the student center? Where do we get to? It's got to look good. It's going to look good, and I think it'll be good for that. But I think that the way human beings relate to each other is going to change. It's going to change because technology will require the changes to be made, and so that we focus on things which are more important in human lives than so much of how much money do you make and what do you do with it and how much better are you than the guy next door. Because you're not going to be better than the guy next door because nobody will have anything. Catherine, am I right? Yeah. And Graceland, I think, is so uniquely wonderful and based upon such great traditions and has professors and administrators that are so committed to making people not only critical thinkers, fact-based critical thinkers, but also whole human beings who find the importance in others as they discover who they are. I love Graceland. And I love you.
Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. Okay, you ready? Okay, we're gonna dig and toss forward. How about that? Toss forward? Yeah, then 1, 2, 3, go! Woo-hoo! Yeah. Here we go! Yeah.
Good.
Today, we're certainly living out community, aren't we? I mean, with all of you here and the community that's making this possible for our students and the community that's going to happen in this building, it's such an honor to be part of it and just a small part with all of you. So thank you for being an important part of the community. And with that, The official groundbreaking is now over.